Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Hong Kong Sevens. We're running a little bit late. That is due to the extra time fixture that we just saw between Samoa and Argentina, but it is now confirmed Samoa through to the semi-finals once again in another leg of the World Sevens circuit. Now Fiji, they are defending champs in Hong Kong. They'll be wanting to do pretty much what a lot of people have said that they should be able to, and that is increase their title wins in Fiji to, I believe, 6 in a row now. But first of all, they have to get through the Blitzboks in the starting lineup for Fiji. Vakurabili, Kalatholo, Matana, Nathunu, Ioane Teba, Bokayaro, and Nodovalo. A very strong side for the Fijians here. Then for South Africa, Ryan Oosterhuizen, MP Visa, JC Pretorius, the Volthuman, Sawyers Wapi, Selvin Davids, and Shinton Van Vick as the last man in the starting lineup. Like I mentioned, they were running slightly behind because of the extra time, but it just means that now the kickoff is here. It will be Selvin Davids kicking off this game for South Africa for a spot in the semi up against Samoa. Who do you guys think will be able to get themselves the victory? It's kicked off now. And Australia, they will be looking on for this battle on the other side of the draw. They've had some great battles up against Fiji in the past when it comes to close to the finals. Now that New Zealand is out of the question, could be an Australian side that do make their way close to the final to try and dethrone the Fijians. If they do make it that far, Nathunu goes across to the left-hand side after the penalty did go the way of Fiji. Jerry Matana then, hello boss, just woke up. The rugby weekend continues. Says Sebastian, it does indeed. I managed to get myself a total of 2.5 hours of sleep. And then, yeah, we've got another 13 hours of being awake. So I'm not too sure whether or not the odds stack up nicely for myself being awake at the end of this 13-hour period, but hopefully we are still up. And 89% for Fiji, 11% for South Africa, says Krish. And also we have got there, let's go Fiji, says Vinian. Can South Africa win the rugby match or Fiji can beat them? Both of definitely the possibilities at the moment, because Fiji, they're a very tough side to get through. No matter who they play, they've looked pretty good throughout the early stages of this Sevens competition. And the scoreboard is unaware that this game has started, but still in the lull between them. Do Fiji beat New Zealand yesterday? Not quite. In the Rugby League, they did end up losing by 6 points. And New Zealand moved through to the semi-final to take on the Australians in a Trans-Tasman battle. Nathunu doesn't quite get that recycle as quickly as he would have liked. And now the penalty goes the way of the Blitzboks, who will be willing to kick this one into touch. That is something we've seen in the past from the Blitzboks. One of the only sides on the World Sevens circuit that actually utilised the kicking game. Awesome, congrats on 90k subs. Well done, 10 out of 10. There's Sebastian. Thank you very much, mate. We have been growing hugely this weekend. We've been putting in plenty of hours, that is for sure. That is certainly paying off over the last 48 hours or so. And also go Fiji, says Peter Stowers. And also, hi, Amish, I just woke up, says Brandon. Also, let's go Fiji. And there's Akanisi. It's going to be the Volthuman now. We'll throw the ball in at the front. Taken nicely by Ryan Oosterhuizen. Flat ball, too far flat, and it's called forward by Ben Breakspear. Just a little mistake from the Volthuman. I'm just looking through. Is Ronald Brown? He's missing at the moment, isn't he? From the side. Is that because he is injured, I wonder, for Ronald Brown? I didn't realize there was an injury there, but if there is, that is a big hit for the South Africans to not have Ronald Brown heading into the next matches. But Fiji now have themselves a scrum feed. This game has the potential of being as close as Samoa versus Argentina was. Now, nice wide pass. It's gone too high, though, and Bukayaro, in fact, it was actually Nodovalo who made the mistake. Now the advantage for South Africa, offloaded to MP Visa. Now, off to the left again. Savibi Sawyers Wapi, Ryan Oosterhuizen hits it at the line. Good fend there on YC, and Nathunu was able to regather his composure and then still make the tackle. Another rough pass from South Africa there, but Savibi Sawyers Wapi cleans it up. Van Vick now getting driven backwards. This Fiji pressure is relentless. They always talk about that fact that Fiji get more turnover breakdowns, or breakdown turnovers, than any other side on the World Sevens circuit. And it isn't by just a little narrow margin. It's normally by 1 or 2 a match, which is pretty huge. And also, what did I miss from last game? A game that went to golden point, but the Samoans able to get themselves the win. Now our wide, JC Pretorius flying down the wing. The South African speedster, great tackle made on him. Keeps the ball in the field of play, but Bukayaro is there to pick it up. And that one is going to be now the knock on from both sides. Scrum feed initially going to be going the way of the Fijians. Of course, it was Joey Manu who got the Kiwis through, but they have to step it up 5 gears against the Kangaroos. Yeah, it was mentioned many times throughout that stream yesterday. Whoever wins this game between Fiji and New Zealand last night, or this morning, I guess you could say, like, they're really going to have to play a lot better in their next game, because or else then Australia could beat them by a good 20 points or so, which is not what you want for a matchup of a semi-final in Samoa versus France. Says Brandon, we have also got that you will grow to 50k subscribers very soon because of your hard work and consistency. Says Coding, so we do appreciate that a lot. And we have got, that's the thing, we've still got a lot to learn in this YouTube world. Aruna Thunu, nice offload. Oh, he's hurt himself. He does not look happy. I think it was actually maybe the spine or something. He was kind of holding the midsection as he went down. Looks like he's going to be all right to continue. That's going to be another penalty in favour of the South Africans. Or sorry, in favour of the Fijians. Blitzboks discipline. It has been letting them down over the last few legs of the Sevens, definitely when it is an important matchup. I should mention New Zealand for the first time in Hong Kong ever, missing out on making it to the quarterfinal. So they are going to be in a tough predicament there. Are you France versus USA, says Brandon? We are actually going to be missing that one, as we will need a bit more time to be able to set up for the next live stream. And also we have got a preview that we will be filming for the upcoming semi-final. Kicking behind now, Sullivan Davids. Going to be waiting for this one to jump up. Jerry Matana gets on him, wrestles him down. He has to release. There was no clear release. Just kept himself in the body position. And Bulavanaka Fiji says Peter Stowers. And there as well, looks like Sullivan Davids a little bit slow getting up to his feet. But this game also bit of a stalemate throughout the first 5 minutes or so, similar to what we saw for Samoa versus Argentina. Also in your own time, lads. But let's score some points in this game, says Sebastian. Now the ball human, he's been able to kick that one down towards the touchline. Last time that they had the line out South Africa, it didn't quite go to plan. This time, though, they will certainly want to right those wrongs. And also, what time is the semi-final, says Brandon? I believe. I'll have a quick look quickly. Semi-final, the first one is at 8:45 p.m. New Zealand time. Second one at 9:10 p.m. New Zealand time. So I guess you could say the stock standard nighttime fixture for the Sevens. And then the final is going to be taking place at midnight, which we will still be awake as we have got that live stream at 3:20 a.m. taking place between Tonga and Samoa. African, says Aben there as well. Now Rhinus de Hazen. Nice wide pass. Gives it off to JC Pretoria, stepping on the inside. But Talatholo has been able to slow him down. Also wrestling in there. Bukayaro trying to get the turnover. But so far, the ball retention from South Africa has been pretty solid. So here's Wappi's just thrown the ball away. And now it's going to be Fiji who kicked the ball forward. Talatholo, right when I complimented their ball retention, they made the mistake, and Fiji have got themselves the first try of the contest. So yeah, the ball retention, it was good until their captain, Sawyers Wappi, decided he wanted to throw it away and give Fiji an attacking opportunity. And then it led to the first try of the match. Talatholo, too big, too strong. Thought JC Pretorius was going to be able to possibly stop him. Same can be said about Impi Visa, but Talatholo, the size of the individual, just the stature of being able to keep his feet down in the center of gravity, score that try down on the wing for Talatholo as well. Now, this is going to be the magic stuff today. This is water, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be needed many times over for throughout today's live streams. Your PC is Gaffron, and also not looking forward to the Black Ferns versus England all the way. Says Brendan, also try. Says Sebastian, and go Fiji, says Peter. Here we go. My throat is going to be gone tomorrow. Not literally. My voice is going to be gone tomorrow, but hopefully not my throat, or else something serious has gone wrong there. That one's just gone the 10 for the Fijians, and actually volleyball spiked backwards for Fiji. One last attacking opportunity before we get to halftime. Bukayaro hits it hard. It's a Vives Sawyers Wappi who's made a nice tackle there. 40 meters out from the Blitzboks line. Inside ball to Talatholo. Not quite breaking through the line. Now nice work from Nadawalo though. Finding the offload. Bukayaro also does find that offload. Fiji keeping this ball alive. The gap up the middle. This is now going to be dangerous. Another offload found. I believe there was Ioane Teba that time. Nathunu. Ball on the outside. One more could be dangerous. Nadawalo inside. Ball straight through the middle. And Jeremiah Matana scores again for the Fijians. That will make their score 10-0 going into halftime. Also, I'm doing England versus Argentina, says Brandon. And there is that England versus Argentina. We've had a little bit of a, I guess not revelation, but we've had a little bit of a schedule clash, I guess you could say. So I'm not too sure whether or not we have still got the England versus Argentina match taking place. It may just be the Rugby League World Cup game that we do end up covering on the channel on Vocal Zone lozenges, says Catherine. And did you watch a replay of the Wallabies game? I did get to watch a little bit of it live. I had it on my other screen while I was watching along. It looked like a close game, went down to the wire, and then the French managed to just take it. So the French men won by 1. The French women lost by 1 So very close games for France all around the world. But at halftime in this contest, with that conversion going over, it will be 12-0 in favour of the Fijians. And also come on the Blitzboks, says JP, and also, yes, Fiji, let's go. And with Fiji, says Akanisi. And the chat, and also more Fiji, more, says Viniana. And the chat as well. But I'll probably have to catch up on all of the rugby union that I missed on Monday or Tuesday once I do catch up on the sleep as well. So that will be the first half of New Zealand versus Wales. I haven't actually seen that yet either. But I believe it was a decent one for the Kiwis, although Wales were fighting back pretty well throughout that first half. Currently, tries scored 2 for Fiji, 2 visits to the opposition, 22, 8 tackles made by the Fijians, missing the 3, 5 tackles made by South Africa. They have also missed the 3 tackles. Also, how good was that drive by the Wallabies running it from their own 22? Says Xavier Brown. Was that the first try, or was that one of the later tries, Xavier? Because, yeah, like I mentioned, I only had it on my little screen, so I was more of doing the score updates rather than I guess, what was actually happening. Damien Pinot's try was better, says Sebastian. And so it sounds like I've got a few matches that I'm going to have to try and watch, or a few tries also that I am going to have to watch in the later stages of either today or tomorrow, I would think it would be. I think I'm still going to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that means even though I've had 2.5 hours sleep, I'm actually more than likely going to be up for another 24 hours. Whew. That's a stat and a half, isn't it? That's more than any stat that we have said for the Fijian game. That is a very long time to be awake. Nanavalo looking fired up for the second half, and they will want to get themselves another try here, Fiji, just to really secure a close victory. But currently 11 minutes 40 away from Ireland versus Australia. The Proteas just shoot themselves in the leg as well. And also go Fiji, go Sears and Mobile. Yeah, unfortunately just costing themselves that game up against the Netherlands. And now it's opened up the door for pretty much anyone else on that side of the draw for Fiji forever. Says Viniana and South Africa had a useless weekend. Springboks lost, Protea cricket lose. And now the Sevens. Says Johannes, it's a knock-on though there from Fiji. And they will be going back for the scrum in favour of South Africa. Shinton van Wyk looked a little bit angry there. I believe Ioane Tebo was just trying to make a tackle. Unfortunately, it was after the whistle had blown, though. And what are we looking at? Cup or shield? Says Gaffrin. And as well. So currently, this is going to be for a medal in the round, I should say. For the first leg of 13, it is a long year for the Sevens, but it is going to be an entertaining one throughout. We will be covering every single leg of the Sevens that has taken place. Fiji undefeated in their first 30 or their last 34 matches in Hong Kong. And it was a long time ago that they were defeated. But, geez, that was a dangerous-looking fall almost for Shinton van Wyk. Luckily, did land safely in Samoa. Sevens versus Fiji. Sevens semi-final in France. Sevens versus Australia. Sevens, it does seem like those could be the two that they do have in the near future. Bukiaro's looking angry. At the moment, he's just shouting at people. Now, will be the World Human about to feed the ball. And 2 converted tries here for South Africa would get them back into the lead. In this contest, it's another big push. Now going off to the short side, the Vault Human. In fact, it's going to be the penalty in favour of the South Africans. I believe that might have been an offside penalty against Fiji. The last 6 penalties, we've actually seen 3 against the Fijians, 3 against South Africa. Relatively even throughout the early stages of the match. It's a decent kick downfield. I'll just have a quick look and see what time we have got our next live stream scheduled. I believe they have actually been able to make up time here, which is very handy. So we will put Ireland versus Australia back to 5:15. Hopefully we don't jinx that by changing it again. In Samoa 7 versus Australia, 7's in the final, says Brandon. That would be certainly an entertaining matchup. And that would be the first time that Samoa make it through to a final in quite some time. They keep on getting themselves knocked out in the semi-finals, unfortunately, as they do come against hard sides like either the winner of this game, Fiji, or South Africa. Safebe Soyas Wapi driven backwards in that tackle by Ioane Tepa. Now back across, rush defense now, but JC Pretorius almost able to get through. Good tackle made by the replacement, Moffin Ofangi. Now the World Human, ball on the outside. This is looking good for MP Visa with a nice step, moves up to the 22-metre line for South Africa. Probably the best attacking opportunity of the whole game. JC Pretorius gives it off to Oosthuizen, who tries to jump into the step. Does get taken down nicely once again by the Fijians. It's going to be an advantage in favour of South Africa now. The Vault Human off to the short side. MP Visa gets close inside. Ball looked very flat, but I believe they are going to say play on just for now. JC Pretorius slings it wide over the top to Ryan Oosthuizen. Now one more. It's going to be Selvin Davids. We've hardly seen him in the first half, almost piercing through, but dragged down 5 metres out from the line. Ioane Teba gets onto the ball, but he's given away the penalty in the process. Whew. Time off here at the stage, and can remind me which are the remaining streams today, apart from Tonga versus Samoa in the league and Ireland versus Aussie in the sevens, says Sebastian. So at this stage, we've had a couple readjustments overall, but the next ones that we are going to be covering more than likely will be the 2 semi-final fixtures for the sevens, and then also maybe 1 or 2 of the 5th to 8th place playoff games, depending on what time they are taking place and how quickly we can get those live streams organised. Oh, okay, Ben Breakspear just having a bit of a warning for Ryan Oosthuizen, I should say. Yeah, said that after the ball does go down, there's no need to come in firing after it has taken place. But yeah, so we've got the semi-finals and also hopefully the 5th to 8th place semi-finals as well, and then also a few of the finals. I'm not too sure which ones yet, but I know at least the final, the bronze final, and hopefully 5th and 6th is the other one that we have got coming up. So probably another 6 or so sevens live streams after Ireland versus Australia, and then also the Samoa versus Tonga game for the league as well. Now, it's going to be the chance of Fiji Sevens Livestream I. Had a bit of a juggle with the ball. He still goes in, though. And South Africa have now scored themselves their first try of the contest. If they get this conversion, they are right back into this one. Can you tell me what happened? New Zealand Sevens. They just played really badly, I think is the best way of describing it. They just weren't able to really find any type of momentum throughout that group stage. They narrowly beat Hong Kong. They were defeated badly by Samoa, also defeated by the Australians. So one of the worst pool stages we have seen from New Zealand in quite some time. I think that was the first time ever in Hong Kong that they haven't made it through to a quarterfinal. Their kick is successful. 12 points to 7 now. Here we go, says JP. And big push by the Springboks Sevens, says Brandon. So, yeah, getting a little bit closer. All-time try scorers, 135 for Fiji Sevens Livestream I. Of course, he's got a long way to go before he gets to Sibelo Sinatla. He's got almost 230 on the board. So an extra 100. Who's worse, though? All Black Sevens or GB Sevens? It's been such a weird one. I would say probably for this competition, All Black Sevens, although they didn't lose to Uruguay, but then they also didn't beat South Africa, if that makes sense. Like, Great Britain have been so weird in this competition. They had a rough start, then they beat South Africa, almost get themselves a guaranteed spot in the quarterfinal, till they lose to Uruguay, giving them their first win on the Sevens circuit. And then from there, they managed to win their next couple games, or their next game that they had today. And now they are going to be making their way through to the 9th place playoff semi-final, I believe. Winner plays Samoa is the stat that's just popped up on the screen. The Vault Human going to throw the ball in nicely. South Africa, they are down by 5, but the wide cut-out pass to Saviwe Soya-Wapi has to wait for that ball to bounce, which took a little bit longer than he would have been anticipating. He's been wrestled down by Bukayaro. Now penalty goes the way of Fiji. This is dangerous. And Samoa, you are my team. Are not now not Samoa at Fiji, says Brandon there. Nafunu, he looks like he's going to be kicking this one for touch, so using up a bit more time on the clock here for Fiji, which is something we don't normally see from them. Normally, what they would do in this situation is take the quick tap and go, but they know that South Africa are a threat, and they cannot afford to just give them the ball straight back without using up a little bit of time on the clock first. 2 minutes left now. Currently, total of 110 seconds left. Nicely taken by Talatholo. It wasn't straight. Wow. He's caught it above his head. So yeah, we're slightly wonky. I thought for a second they were also saying that you're not allowed to catch it above your head, and I was wondering if that's kind of changed a bit in the world of sevens, but no. It was just the fact that it wasn't as straight as they would have liked for Fiji. Now with a minute 20 left on the clock, South Africa are going to have another attacking opportunity. And well, there's Alfea there. Players just taking a bit of a side shuffle. Now, 5 points the difference. If South Africa score and don't convert, we could have another game go to golden point time. The Vault Human running off the back to the right-hand side. Good attacking strides from the South African number 10. Now it will be Makata. No, in fact, it's Unlovu. Now off to the short side. Shelton Van Vick. He's got speed down the wing. Not Ovalo with a great tackle made. Tell you what, that is a brilliant take and a half from Ryan Oosthuizen. And I'm sure the cricketers would have loved a catch like that up against the Netherlands, but the penalty goes the way of Fiji. And also, we have there don't know. And also, what you and get ready to live stream tomorrow, Hamish. What to do, Hamish? Pick one. Says Brandon. I mean, you could probably make sure that you do get ready for your tomorrow live streams as well. It's probably a good idea. At this stage, currently 40 seconds left on the clock, though. Now it is going to be the big man at number 5, Walangi, making his way out onto the field. Nathunu has been told to play. Another cricket when the ball hits the batter's leg. Why can't the bowler ring the umpire? Wait, ring the umpire and go, how's that? When the umpire answers his phone, says lazily. And it's an interesting question. I didn't realize the umpires had their phones out there on the field. I feel like I've missed that one, haven't I? My brain, I will mention it's running on the go slow. We have had about 3 hours of sleep throughout the last about maybe 28 hours or so. Now, South Africa, 17 seconds on the field. Ndlovu driving up into the 22 now. South Africa looking to steal this one at the depth. Grobler doesn't break his way through. South Africa, though, working hard in the breakdown. Bukiano gets the penalty. And South Africa are furious. And it's going to be March 10 as well, just with that frustrational outburst from the South African player there, Darren Adonis. No, it was Ndlovu who was not happy at all. Fiji kick it into touch, and that will be the game. That is going to be 12 points to 7. Ndlovu is not happy at all, but that will be now a Fiji versus Samoa semi-final confirmed. That is going to be an exciting one, but we will now be transferring over to our next live stream, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be Australia taken on the Irish. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.